What's going on with it? Appreciate you guys being up with me at this time. You could be doing anything else that you desire to be. Do. And you can be wherever you desire to be. But right now, sitting over there fucking with the game. So I appreciate that. But before we even get started, it's 79 people watching. Hit the like button. By all means, man. We need more ladies in here. You know what I mean? It's enough fellas. You know what I mean? We need more ladies in here. So by all means, hit that button right now. Hold on, let me do this right quick. By all means, hit that right now. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the comment. Right now. Hit that like button, man, right now. More likes, more recommendations for the video. So by all means, man, get it up in here. You were just about to start your campaign. You can start it. You know what I mean? By all means, man, don't lose out on your campaign at all. Give me a second. Hold on. You know, seeing like to be in here and had the temperature on 65 degrees, man. I had took a nap earlier. One thing about when you're drinking that water and fruit, even when you're in the coldest weather, if you even catch a cold, it don't even last long because your immune system is just so beautiful at that time. But somebody had spoke on this earlier, asked me a question. I said, Pete, come on, man, speak on the Renegades and things like that. Let me make some things clear before I even speak. And let me say that there are some Renegades that have more than the next Renegade. You have some Renegades that drive a better car than another Renegade. You have some Renegades that pretty much because they have their own hotel room or condo or whatever, they think that they live life. Appreciate that, Dakota. Thanks for the 20. Blessings to all in the audience. Blessings to you. Um, you have some renegades because they have their own place and their own car that they think that they're successful. You know, they think that they're successful simply because of what we consider to be necessities. So because, you know, they earn the necessities, a lot of them, you know what I mean, right now, you know, they pretty much think that, you know, I'm doing cool. I don't need I don't need no pimping. You know, I don't need no game. You know what I mean? I got a car without the pimping. I got a place without the pimping. I got a roof over my head without the pimping. I got food in my mouth without the pimping. I'm wearing, you know, attire. You know what I mean? Basically, you understand me? Name brand names like Louis and Gucci without the pimping. So what the fuck I need the pimping for? I could post the ad, smoke some weed, and you know I got a weed man. I don't need the pimp. I can sit up there and post my ad. I got a cool weed man. I got all the numbers to all the restaurants for all the motherfucking delivery spots, and you know they're gonna deliver some good food and shit. So, you know, I don't really need no pimping. What's the need for that? Anything that the pimping can do, shit, I could do it myself. You know, that's the mentality of a lot of them. Seriously. I know a lot of guys like, what? Yeah, it is. Hit that like button. It's 116 of you watching right now. I know it's late as hell. I know some of you in the bed, you're sleeping. It's 146 right now in Canada. I don't know where you guys are, but out here right now, it's 146, man. You know, yeah, I know all of the sites. I know how to post myself. I'm cool with the weed man. You know, I got all of this stuff, you know, by myself. I'm gonna speak on them as well. But I want you to know that, you know, it's different groups. Okay, 1246 out there in that shy. That's what's up. You got some little bras that think like that. That's because, you know, things haven't blew up in their face yet. You know, they haven't had enough experiences, you know, in the game yet. But it's coming. Oh yeah, that Euroclidon is coming. Adversity is coming. No days, days basically going without currency. It's coming. You know, she having a little run, you know, right now. But as we know, all runs come to an end. And because she don't have the game, she's not gonna have the information to even bring restoration to her situation. It's gonna stay into the destination called nowhere fast. Um, but before I go all into that, because there's so many lanes that I'm gonna go in. You know, I ain't gonna try to make this video long. I ain't gonna try to keep you guys. Um, but I want the ladies to know that it was designed by the divine for you to be with a man. No matter what lifestyle that you're in, it was designed by the divine for you to be with a man. It was designed by the divine for the man to be with a woman. We are a necessity for one another. I'm good without you, but I'm so much greater with you. I'm in need of a woman. You in need of a man. A man without a woman is the best definition of handicap. A woman without a man leading her and over her, especially in this lifestyle, is the best definition of handicap. You're in need of a man. So whether it's spirituality or whether it's carnality, the reality of the situation is man is a necessity to the woman. Woman is the necessity to the man. The enemy, the adversary, is trying to deceive the women into thinking that the man is not necessary. And I'm here to tell you that the adversary is a damn liar. Okay? The enemy got a lot of women hoodwinked and deceived into thinking that the man is not a necessity. Just because you was able to generate some crumbs that you think there's some big time currency on your own, you think that basically that you don't need a man, of your own to preside over you. And I'm here to tell you that that mentality is not only contrary to the game, but that's contrary to the natural order. That's contrary against the Most High. You, no matter what lifestyle that you're in, you was called to be with a damn man. Period. I don't care what school you graduated from, what degree that you have. You was called to be under the instructions of a man. Man is supposed to be presiding over you. And some of you are deceiving yourselves. You're putting on great Oscar award performances on social media. You're writing statuses. You're putting up pictures. You're doing videos. And you're trying to act as if you're happy. You're trying to deceive the game into thinking that you're not in need of game. And you're trying to deceive the game into thinking that you're happy being alone. Let me tell you young men something. Don't no woman want to be alone. No matter what lifestyle she's in. Oh, P, she a Muslim. Don't no woman want to be alone. Oh, P, she a Christian. Oh, man, don't no woman want to be alone. She a Catholic. Don't no woman want to be alone. Man, she a top-notch renegade. I ain't never heard of it as such, but don't no woman want to be alone. Man, she don't give nobody no play. Don't no woman want to be alone. Some of you niggas have allowed the appearance to be the interference. You think because she drives this or she stays here or she got on this or she achieved this, that because of this, she's not in need of this, the man. And I'm here to tell you that that's a misconception. That's some deception on the enemy's part. He got you deceived. All women, all women. There's not one woman that likes being alone. Okay? No woman likes being alone. Even if she gets out of a battleship that she thought there was a relationship, that was hindering her. She couldn't arrive on the level of success. She kept depriving herself, waiting on this food, this nigga, to arrive on her level. So she was depriving herself from going to other levels. Even after that, she might take some time to be to herself and by herself. But as time continues on, she is going to get sick of being by herself. The spirit of loneliness is going to basically minister to her. And how many times have you seen so many, I could do it by myself. I'm happy being by myself. And then the spirit of loneliness will minister to them and begin to minister to their mind, reside in their mind. Next thing you know, they sitting over there with a clown. You know what I mean? They allowed their loneliness to now put them in a damn situationship, a battleship, that she think that's a relationship, but she with a goddamn clown. You know what I mean? All because you was moving in your loneliness. You got tired of being by yourself. A lot of you females, you knew that nigga didn't have no game. You knew that, you understand me, that this motherfucker didn't have no uncommon information. You knew that he didn't have the inspiration. You knew that he wasn't going to pimp. You knew that he wasn't going to stay on your ass. You knew that he didn't have the game to motivate you, to educate you. But you fucked with him because you was lonely. And you made a move in your feelings, your temporary emotionalism while you was in your loneliness. And that's why that situation ship, that battleship went to the destination called nowhere fast, went to failure. Because you moved in your emotions. You moved in your feelings. You moved from your heart. But you didn't move with what God gave you to think with, called your motherfucking mind. Most of you sit up there, you got some pages where you got 50,000 people following you, 100,000 people following you, 200,000 people following you. And because of the amount of money that you're counting, the places that you eat at, you smoking weed whenever you want to, a lot of people don't know you broke as hell. You know what I mean? A lot of your followers on Instagram, they don't know that you basically been hotel living, motel living, since you basically jumped off the little, what you call the porch. You ain't got you a place yet. You know what I mean? Most of them girls that y'all be seeing, they're strippers. Oh man, I know she making hella money. I know she fine as hell. Man, that bitch about to drive that old tired ass CLK Benz to a fucking motel or hotel. That's what she getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? And she been doing that since the beginning to the ninth inning of her career. You know what I mean? It ain't no situation where she basically waiting on something. No, she's actually content with staying in a motel or hotel. And then, you know what I mean, she's in that room all day, bored as a motherfucker, looking at the damn window saying, damn, it's got to be more than life to this. Damn, is this what God created me for? Damn, I never thought that I would be in this position. Damn, why couldn't I just find the right man? Damn, ain't no real niggas out here. Damn, ain't no real pimps out here. Damn, all these niggas are fake. Damn, all these fugazi ass niggas, they foo-foo. Damn, why my life gotta be so fucked up? Damn, why I gotta sit up there, and live like this? God, help me, Lord. It gotta be something more to life than this. And it is. It is. It's more to life, ladies. I know some of you gonna see this. You're gonna be inside a Motel 6. Some of you are in the Days Inn. Some of you are in the Comfort Inn. Some of you, you know what I mean, you're in the Home Run Inn. You know what I mean? Wherever you at currently right now, I'm here to tell you that that situation that you're in, it could be the best definition of temporarily if you basically choose. If you allow the game to bless you. What's to come can be better than what's been, but only if you allow it, ladies. But if you continue to sit on your ass and allow life to pass you by, you're going to be another statistic with no good characteristics, no good materialistics after your attendance and existence in the game. You will be another number that just came and got no game, you know what I mean? And lame, you know what I'm saying? You came in lame, you left out lame, you know what I mean? Just keeping that shit all the way motherfucking 100, man. Yeah, the budget suites, the budget in, you know what I mean? I haven't chose up on the pimping, so I don't make no ends. Hotel, you know what I mean? You're gonna be staying there, fucked up. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all, you know what I mean? Your nails is not done. Your hair is not done right now. You're sitting up in that room ready for. Some of y'all right now don't even got the money to pay for your hotel room for tomorrow. So, because it's been so slow, and because you got a room to pay for it tomorrow, you got to do 2 dates in order to pay for your room tomorrow. Some of y'all motherfucking room 20. So you're gonna have to bust two $60 dates so you can pay for your room. You know what I mean? That's how slow it is. For you. It ain't slow for this game. You know what I mean? Because a fast hoe that's fucking with an infinite-minded pimp, she can turn a slow situation into the best definition of fast and still get some money out of her ass simply because the pimp is sitting over there educating her about this motherfucking game on a daily. But when you only attractive and you know how to make people attentive to your physical appearance, but you don't have the intelligence of this game, the elegance of this game, the motherfucking diligence that come from the pimping from fucking with this game, then you're gonna keep being in situations that's lame as hell, bitch. You're gonna keep sitting over there mad as fuck, in a damn attitude, no multitude, frustrated because ain't no money being accumulated, sitting up in that bed, cussing like a motherfucker. Or you might be just like a lot of these bitches. You might be sitting over there with 3, 4 renegades in one goddamn room right now. You know what I mean? And both of y'all looking at each other. I know y'all getting tired of each other. All you little ugly little renegades up in the room right now. I'm pretty. You know you ain't. You ain't pretty till you choose up with a pimp, ugly motherfucker. So, you know what I mean? You little ugly ass, handsome little renegades and shit. You all up in the room, smelling each other farts. Then some of you can't even keep a room by yourself. You can't even like I can't use the word hoe up with you because that's blasphemy. You know, renegades don't hoe up, you know. But you're prostituting, and your prostitution is so poor and so fucked up that you can't even maintain a motel hotel room by your goddamn self. So you have to invite another miserable, non-profitable ass bitch in the room. So both of you non-profitable organization, no accumulation getting ass bitches can collaborate together just to sit up there and pay for the room and get some good weed and eat at motherfucking KFC. You know, Popeyes if it's close by, you know, but this is your existence. I can't say, you know, your life because you're existing right now. You're not even living. You're existing. You not without a pimp, you cannot live in this game because the game is designed for you to be lavish with a pimp. The game is set up for you to flourish with a pimp. The game is set up for you to have things established with a pimp. Without a pimp, things just get abolished. You know what I mean? Before it even get a chance to get created. Without this pimping. So just keeping that shit all the way 100. You know what I mean? A lot of you been asking, you know, seeing. So what you saying? You don't think I could be successful? I know this one girl. You know, she drive. Let me tell y'all about that too. I done seen so many bitches make so many countless mistakes to prove a point to the former folks. They trying to sit up there and try to prove that they can do something, you know what I'm saying, without the pimping and end up basically getting cheated out of a car. And bitches be so happy to see a bitch, you know what I mean? It could be something like this. Yeah, he told me I wasn't gonna have nothing, bitch. I just hold up for some Fiji water and woo woo. And do you know you will have hundreds of raggedy ass, handsome renegade bitches encouraging this foolishness and will sit up there and like on the shit, hit the love button on Facebook, hit the fucking love button. They ain't even gonna hit the like button. They gonna hit the love button, get in the comment section. That's right, bitch. That's right, girl. He talking about you ain't did nothing, bitch. And you just got that Fiji water too. I can see that it's in the year. And they pray renegades, praise other renegades over nothing. And they make the nothing into everything simply because they know the pimping is everything and they trying to prove that they can do everything without this pimping, but you only make yourself look like a dumbass to the game. You know what I mean? I've seen many renegades jump on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, when I was with, you know, him, I was with him. He didn't allow me to do this. He didn't allow me to do that. And now that I'm free and I got freedom to do this and do that, I just hold up for my brand new vehicle. As y'all can see, I'm stunting without my daddy. And the bitch got hashtag don't need the pimping. Hashtag shining without you. Hashtag I don't need your game. Hashtag not shining like my daddy, shining without my daddy. Hashtag renegades rule. Hashtag who run the world? Renegades. You know what I mean? The bitch basically got all of these hashtags and all of these old faggot motherfuckers, all these old UFO wannabe hoes, jump up in the motherfucking comment section on one accord supporting the Discord of this motherfucking game. And then you got so many Peter Pan ass, oh baby, I thank you for accepting my request, ass niggas that like the shit with the bitch and he's supposed to be some pimping. These niggas is weird. That's why it's best to stay to yourself. These niggas is weird as fuck. I done seen niggas like and love Renegades post and all of that. Like, bitch, I'm not your goddamn friend. Even the bitches that be like, oh, see, and I watch all your videos. I'm like, bitch, I ain't your motherfucking friend. You know what I mean? If I can catch your ass in the motherfucking secluded place, ain't nobody around, bitch, I'm about to break on your motherfucking ass. Especially if I know you ain't about to sit up there and cry police and all that old dumbass shit. Cause a lot of you renegades, you weird as fuck. Pimp over there doing his job, break on your stupid ass, and you talking about you got robbed. No, bitch, you was out of pocket. You was out of bounds. How was I out of pocket? I didn't say nothing to him. Bitch, you already out of pocket with this game by not having no pimping. So anytime the pimping really want to break on y'all ass, he should. But because of places like Vegas and y'all be in these little faggot ass areas where, Metro and different other, you know what I mean? They take care of y'all. They watch over y'all and shit. So y'all stay in little faggot ass areas where, the police is omnipresent, you know what I mean? Security right there. So you could just holler pimp or anything like that. And they'll arrest them because they don't need anything substantial or irrefutable to convict this man, or pretty much they don't even need no probable cause. Just because your faggot ass, said whatever out your goddamn mouth, they gonna take it as thus said the Lord. That's just the faggot ass era that we're living in right now, right? But just keeping that shit all the way 100, right? There is no successor without this pimping. I want you to hear me and hear me good. As the honorable, incomparable, you understand me, Jeff Fort said, there will not be any killing without killing. Yeah, there ain't gonna be no successful, hoeing without pimping. There will be no successful bitch in this motherfucking game without some pimping. You know what I mean? A bitch in this game with no pimping equals moment of silence. Exactly. Nothing, motherfucker. So, a bitch can't achieve a goddamn thing, without this motherfucking pimping. Period. And all those sugar feet, sugar bear ass niggas, lying to these bitches and shit like that, saying, I see you and I see what you could do. I just wish I could be a part of your team and all you old friendly ass niggas and shit like that. Let that shit go, man. Cause this shit ain't even for you. You know what I mean? Just letting you know, bitch, you can't achieve a motherfucking thing without this pimping. Because majority of you that even got a car or a place or a pot to piss in the window to throw the motherfucker out of, bitch, even though you're not with the pimping, the game that you still utilizing right now came from the pimping. The Renegade that you got that game from, she used to fuck with pimping. That came from pimping. Bitch, every time matter of fact, that's why I pray right now. Game right now, I want you to deal with all these punk ass renegades right now. I want them to sit up there and not have nightmares. I want them to have trap mares. You understand me? Right now, I want you to bombard all of their dreams right now with this pimping. I don't want these bitches being able to go to sleep, without thinking about this pimping. When they wake up, they need to be thinking about this pimping. When they at a motherfucking stoplight, I want an old lady to drive by and be like, choose up with the pimping. Everything, Lord. Everything. I want you to use everything around these bitches to give them confirmation of the information that's already in the location of their minds, Lord, that they need this motherfucking pimping. Why? Because in each lifestyle that you live, a man is needed. You can't escape this. In every lifestyle, the man is needed. The enemy trying to deceive you guys to promote this abnormal shit to be normal. It's normal for you to be with a man, having a man as your leader. It's abnormal for you to be by your goddamn self. It's abnormal for you to be paying a bitch. Because a real bitch ain't gonna pay no bitch. I'm not gonna stay on that too long, but a real bitch with a brain, she not gonna give, none of her existence. She not gonna sit up there and give no trap. She not gonna sit up there and bust one date for nan bitch. A bitch paying another bitch, this is a result of depression. This is a result, of basically, some type of confusion transpiring in her childhood. Maybe she was molested, so she likes the sensitivity of a woman when she was fucking with pimping. Pimping was hard on the bitch. So she ran to this little bitch and they both over there bleeding together. They over there crying together and shit. When she get into her little feelings and she feel like crying and, not feel like going to the track or going to go work. This other bitch can cry with her and all that shit because she's a bitch. So she can sit up there and feel her feelings with him. So it's just two motherfuckers crying together and they feel each other's faggot ass ways. But once the bitch wake up and end up, finding her mind, going on Google and searching for her mind and finding the motherfucker, she be like, damn, I've been fucking with a bitch. I'm doing all type of faggot ass shit. Let me get my life together. Let me choose up with a pimp. But, you sitting over there currently right now giving your currency to another woman, and you're the best definition of confused, very confused. If you're paying a game banger, a stranger to this game, you're the best definition of, confused, perplexed. You not on one accord with this game at all. For you ladies that like to sit up there, and promote images that your life is totally contrary to the image that you're promoting on Instagram. I want you to also know that you out of bounds with this goddamn game. You sitting over there, you counting money, you showing designer bags, designer clothes and all of that. But reality is you don't take care of your kids. You barely maintaining a motel room by the grace of God. The game can't really bless you. And the game not gonna bless you because you ain't even keeping that shit real with yourself. Let alone Instagram. So, it's just a whole lot of reasons why. In the end, a lot of you are going to be 40 years old, bitter and not better. You're not going to be attractive anymore. You're pretty much going to be fat, out of shape, putting up a bunch of TBT pictures, every day. You're going to be, instead of ginger or spicy or, entice or, and no disrespect to her, I'm just using names that's common in the game. You might call yourself spectacular. You might call yourself, sexy Janice. What's that bitch name? I ain't gonna make a famous fucker. You might call yourself Jessica Unknockable 304. Whatever the fuck you call yourself. In the end, you're gonna be a TBT bitch. You know what I mean? On some Boys to Men. How can I? It's so hard to say goodbye because in the end, you just gonna have a whole bunch of stretch marks. You're gonna have a whole bunch of stretch marks from these kids that you having by motherfuckers that ain't never even been in the game. Cause a lot of y'all do that. Some of y'all want to call yourself hoes. You having children with tricks. Some of y'all want to claim to be hoes. You know what I mean? But you're dealing with somebody that hates pimps and things like that. You just not this game, man. You just not this game. You're not a hoe. I want you to understand. All the ladies that's watching right now, if you don't have a pimp, you're not a hoe. Don't disrespect the title of a hoe because you're not doing what's vital to the title of a hoe. Hoes have pimps. The lifestyle is called pimping and hoeing. That and conjunction. So if you don't have a pimp, you're not a hoe. Pimps make hoes. You know what I mean? And you're not with a pimp. You don't have a pimp. You know what I mean? So, leave that title alone. That's not you. It's 263 people watching right now. Get my likes over 200. We need more women in here. More women are supposed to hear this. Too many burly, ugly, handsome ass niggas. Wannabe handsome ass niggas up in the motherfucking comment section. And then there's bitches that's handsome like niggas in the section. So we can have some attractive ladies in here. By all means, hit the like button. Allow the game to use you. Take your fat ass finger, hit the motherfucking like button so the video can get more recommendations and get more invitations to some attractive, beautiful women that need to be, in attendance of this good game tonight. So by all means, man, hit that like button. Get that like button above, 200. No, that thumbnail is funny. That thumbnail is the truth because when you look at the thumbnail, right, you see a woman. And she don't even have to say nothing. Depression is all in her appearance. If she was to speak, her depression is all in, her expression. You can just see it, right? Without the pimping, the trick is always going to be able to govern the dates. Without the pimping giving a bitch game, The outcome will never be the big income that it was supposed to be, simply because she don't got game coming in from the pimping. I'm just giving it to you in the raw. Without this pimping, hold on for a minute. Without this pimping, she don't basically have no encouragement. She don't have the enlightenment. So therefore, she can't reach her development in the game. The trick is going to control the date. The trick can do exactly what he want to do. You know what I mean? Oh, hold on. Let me put this up. There we go. But the trick basically can do whatever he want to do, you know what I mean, with a bitch. Period. He could do whatever he want to do because the bitch don't have no game. And there's so many attractive bums that you guys exalt and glorify on social media, but in reality, these bitches is doing anything and everything that the trick got her doing. She ain't no motherfucking hoe. She's in compliance to what the trick tell her to do, what the trick tell her to do. Some of these bitches that's sitting over there flossing a car or a place and things like that, if she piss off, you know what I mean, that little trick, really her boyfriend, her boo thing, all that shit gonna be gone just like that. Bitch ain't doing no goddamn hoeing. Bitch ain't got no, you know, don't buy into these pictures and videos and shit that you see this motherfucking posted, man. Oh man, P. I seen her, man. She was driving this, and she had this, she had that. Man, that motherfucking car, man, is in that damn trick's name, man. And as soon as that bitch sit up there and piss off the trick, man, that shit going right back. That shit going right back. All the likes, the shares, and all of that shit. She can have that on all the little previous videos, but on her recent videos, man, she not gonna be able to post that shit again unless she posted some TBTs. Don't buy into what you see, man. That's what the tricks do. That's their job, to buy into images. We don't buy into images. We're not sold on images. We're not seduced and reduced off of images. That's what tricks seduce and reduced off of: images and appearances of things. The pimping, we see through all of that. We got discernment, you know. And the reality is, you know, on a date, you know what I mean, with that trick, 9 out of 10, you know what I mean, he having it his way, man, in every way. And if the bitch do got some game that's being applied, you know, within the situation that she got going on with Trick, that information come from a pimp when she previously was fucking with him, but it wasn't nothing that she produced on her own. Now, I'm not going to minimize certain women, because certain women do have a level of intelligence and a beautiful comprehension. Not, you know, not going to minimize nobody. But the truth of the matter is, if the bitch basically, you know what I mean, didn't have that game, and she say, all the game that I got when I was paying him, you know what I mean, because you got bitches that say that. When I was paying him, I didn't learn nothing. All the game that I got was from working with another woman or seeing other women. Well, guess what? You still got it from the pimping, because when you seen that bitch or them bitches, 9 out of 10, they was under the instructions of some pimping, or once was under the instructions of some pimping. So, in all reality, you still got to bow down to this game. You still got to pay homage to this game. You still got to sit up there and acknowledge the pimping, glorify the pimping. Because even though you say you got it from this bitch, that bitch was once under some pimping, bitch. It still come from some pimping. So, like I said, man, behind closed doors, man, Tricks is sitting over there having a blast. They fucking these bitches in the ass, you know what I mean, for 200, 250, having all type of cold fetishes, you know what I mean, done, and all type of shit. Some lower than 200. Some of these bitches is having raw sex for 120, 150, all type of shit going on. And then they gonna get on Instagram after doing 6 or 7 GFE dates. They'll get on IG and make it seem off of just one day. Bitch trying to be on her Nas shit. Like Nas say, all I need is one mic. Oh, this was off of one day. All I need is one day. The bitch trying to be the female version of Nas. All I need is one day. No, bitch. That was about a good 8 or 9, you know what I mean, 40s and 60s and shit like that, man. All of that hard work that you put in. Stop it, man. You know what I mean? Knock that shit off, man. I don't want you guys to be deceived. Be not deceived. Within that thumbnail, the thumbnail is the truth. You know what I mean? Because without this pimping, She's basically an open prey to any trick, you know what I mean, that pretty much, get involved with it 9 out of 10. Now, I will say, like I said, there are some that, have some intelligence, have some game about themselves. How did they get that game? Either basically coming in contact with a woman who basically was under, some pimping, or, but all of this, oh, I was born with it and all of that shit. Man, that's an Oscar Award performance. Bitch, you wasn't born with no motherfucking game. Stop that. You didn't come out your mama's pussy, with this game. No, you didn't. You know? So I just gotta let that shit, be known. But no, there will be no level of success achieved without the pimping. Period. None. You got some right now? Because I know I got to keep going. Because, it's so many crowds of y'all, different little, sections of you. I want to speak to all of you. You got some that say, why do I have to give a pimp all my money? And I'm here to ask you a question before I give you an answer. Why is it that it's women giving pimps all of their money and they have more than you? If you pay yourself every goddamn day, you go on dates every damn day, continuously, on a daily, you don't give your currency to no man, you're not paying nobody, you only basically pocket it yourself. How is it that a woman gives all her money to a pimp and she got more materialistic things than you? Now, make that logically make sense. She give all her money to a man. She drive better than you. She live better than you. She dress better than you. You pay yourself and you still lose it. You keep every dime, but you still motel living. You still hotel living. You know what I mean? You pay yourself. You ain't even got no man presiding over you. But this woman give all her money. She give all her currency and loyalty to a man, but she got more to show for her home than you got to show for prostitution. Please make this make sense. You pocket all of the money. So where's the results of your thoughts? How come your credit look like that? Fuck it. Why you don't have no credit? You by yourself. You know what I mean? Damn, you paying yourself and you been so-called, but you really just been prostituting or whatever the fuck you call yourself doing for the last 5 and 10 years. You know what I mean? I just got to keep it 100. Some of you bitches been on your own for 5 and 10 goddamn motherfucking years, and it hasn't amounted to anything successful. How the fuck you gonna sit up there and say you don't need no goddamn pimp? Some of you don't even know how to wash your own ass. See, I know this game. Some of you don't even know how to wash your ass. You don't know how to cook. Some of you barely know how to spell your name on a smartphone. You putting on a good image on social media, and you have the audacity to say, why would a bitch need a pimp? All you gotta do is look at your life. All you gotta do is look at everything that's missing in your life. Everything that that you're missing, you haven't been able to fulfill on your own. You tried to go outside of a pimp. Some of you tried to make a pimp. You got with this game banger, or you got with this square ass nigga, and you tried to make him into a pimp. And you done had a couple of situations like that. None of them worked. And none of them are going to work, bitch. Until you sit up there and submit to this game. Until you submit in totality and say, you know what? I surrender to the game. Whatever you want to do. I'm through fighting with the pimping. I'm through wrestling with the pimping. I'm not going to give no nasty reply. I'm ready to comply and apply right now to the pimping. Because in reality, thank you, game. Reality, some of you ain't never chose a pimp. See what you talking about? I paid such and such, such and such. I was with what's the name? I paid him. I paid him. You still didn't choose him. You gave him some money. You gave him some money. You gave him some money. But in reality, you didn't choose him. You gave him some currency, but you never gave him no loyalty. You gave him some currency, but you never gave him no obedience. You gave him green papers with dead hypocrites on them, but you never gave him submission. You never submitted to him like a woman. You gave him currency, but you still had a renegade mentality, which is contrary to the spirit and mindset of a hoe. In reality, you have never chose the pimping. Many of you have paid different pimps, but you never chose one pimp. Never. You what you should say, I respected at one time different P's, or I like this one's situation. With that one I wanted fornication. So you gave them some money because you like them or you respect them for whatever reason. But seeing I was with somebody for 3 and 4 years, some of you bitches was with certain people for years, and in reality you never chose them. You never chose him. You gave him some money. You did dates, but when he told you to do something, you did it your way. You didn't do it his way. So because you didn't do it his way, you didn't do it the game's way. Therefore, by you not doing it his way, which is the game's way, you never allowed the game to have its way in your life. And if you're not fully submitted and committed all the way to the pimping, then how could one say, you know what I mean? I was with the pimping and things didn't go right. You the reason why I didn't go right. You wasn't obedient. You didn't come in the spirit of submission. You didn't submit yourself. You didn't be in the spirit of obedience. You was not obeying him. You sat up there and was calling different renegades behind his back when he told you to not deal with different faggot bitches. You was meeting up faggot ass bitches and kicking it with renegades when you could be on automatic. You doing that. You had a boyfriend behind his back that he never knew about at that particular time. You was doing that type of shit. You was sitting over there once the pimpin' said he never told you that you couldn't look out for your mama. He never told you that you couldn't look out for your family. He told you that there were certain necessities that he wanted completed. He told you that there was certain business that he had to sit up there and take care of for you guys. And you sit up there and sent money to your brother who's 25, 30, and 35 years old, ain't got no job and ain't looking for a motherfucking job. You the one sitting over there taking the money, you know what I mean, that he basically gave you game, you know what I mean, for you to go sit up there and go execute. You made money off of his game, and you sitting over there sneaking off, sending money to different family members. And then some of you was even sneaking off, sending money to a boyfriend or baby daddy that's in prison and shit like that. You was never completely submitted and committed, you know what I mean, to the pimping. And if a woman was never fully and submitted to the motherfucking pimping, how the fuck you gonna say that it was his fault or he didn't do this or he didn't do that? Bitch, did you ever look in the motherfucking mirror of truth, which is this game, and see what the fuck that you didn't do? You know what I mean? Because you bitches is good at that. You good at saying, he didn't do this. He didn't pimp. He didn't do this. He didn't do this for me. When you gonna be a grown-ass woman and admit that you wasn't shit? Instead of you sitting over there looking for other faggot-ass renegades and a weak-ass nigga to agree with that faggot-ass shit that you got in your punk-ass little mind, instead of you sitting over there looking for them weak motherfuckers, when you gonna be a grown-ass woman and admit and say, you know what? That situation didn't work out because I was a punk bitch. That situation didn't work out because I was a disobedient bitch. That situation didn't work out simply because I didn't sit up there and submit myself to the motherfucking game. He told me to go right, I went left. He said go up, I went down. He told me to go down, I went up. Everything that he told me that was necessary, I did contrary to his rules, regulations, and instructions. And that's why you are reaping off what you didn't sow. Just like we say, you reap what you sow, you reap what you don't sow. You never sowed no hoeing. You can't sow no hoeing if you ain't obedient. You can't sow no motherfucking hoeing if you not in compliance with this pimping. You never was a hoe. You did dates before, but you never was a hoe. You sat up there and got in and out of cars. You done sit up there and slept with strangers, put your life in danger. You went inside of a motherfucking jail cell. You done did all of this shit, but you still never was a hoe. You cannot be a hoe without being obedient to the pimping. You can't. You never earned that title. You never earned that title, bitch. You a disobedient prostitute square motherfucker that think that you know something that you don't. hit that like button. Get my likes over 200, man. Quit playing with this game. All this game that's being conveyed and said within this motherfucking video, we should have had 300 likes by now. But hit the like button right now. And let me see, just in case, if you guys been making donations, contributions, and things like that, and because I was spitting this fire, I didn't sit up there, man, and acknowledge you. My bad on that. You know what I mean? When seeing into it, he into it. But I appreciate every dime. I appreciate all the contributions that you guys give. Whole bunch of ones beat a whole bunch of nuns. If you feel that I'm saying something that's according to the word called truth, by all means, man, be a blessing, to the game by hitting the like button, hitting the share button, comment, you know what I mean? Basically the same way that preachers, teachers, when they preach and teach within an auditorium, cathedral, church, people say amen. Amen means it is so. You know what I mean? So when somebody speak, you know what I mean? If somebody's saying something, you can attest to the truth. You can say that's game. Instead of sitting over there saying amen, we can say that's game. You know what I mean? So, you could just sit there and say that. But hold on, let me see before I go further. Death of the Cloud Chasers TV, I appreciate 5, bro. I wish Too Real for TV I got in tune with you. We spoke and we fellowshipped verbally, a few times. There was no hatred between me and my brother. Rest in peace to Maroy, and thank God that his legacy is still continued, because if you go to Too Real for TV, it's still some things over there that can be a blessing to you still today. So even though Maroy is not physically here, his legacy is still here. So Maroy is still here. That's the benefit of having a legacy like Maroy, because Maroy not even physically here, but he's still here, and he's still being a blessing to a lot of you, because a lot of you would have never been known if it wasn't for Maroy. Blessings to Maroy. King Goldie come through with the 5. He says, salute to the ism. May this game continue to flourish due to your labors, and may you continue to be blessed and all you find your hands in. Man, may the game abide and never subside upon you, man. May the blessings of Yah abide and never subside on your life. Blessings to you, Goldie. And my boy Narrow Consultants came with the 10. He said gamed up. So I appreciate you guys, man, for, appreciating this game. But getting back, no, I wouldn't say that. My brother got a lot of good students, man. It's a lot of young pimps, man. Older pimps too. I ain't gonna put everybody out there, but it's a lot of people that come from under Andre Taylor's teachings now. Come on now. If I was to say I'm the least of Andre's students. So if I'm the least of Andre Taylor's students, you can just imagine how beautiful the minds of all the rest of his students are, because I'm the least of them. Okay, but getting right back into this message. There will be no success without pimping, ladies. And you've been doing this, some of you just got involved, so of course, you might have just started dancing. Thank you, game. You might have just started dancing. And because you just started dancing, you know what I mean? You met a friend. They told you how beneficial the strip club can be. So you start stripping. You start dancing. You're doing your little thing, right? So, of course, a lot of the guys, be talking to you, campaigning at you. And a lot of them, be belligerent and ignorant. They come off to be fraudulent. You haven't met anybody authentic yet. So to the young, really novice, beautiful, ladies that just began, if you knew better, you would strive to do something else than that bullshit that you've been doing called nothing. What I want to let you know, of course, if you keep watching my videos, it's going to compel you to do what's right, which is elect some motherfucking pimping. Because no woman should be in the lifestyle of pimping and whoring. I don't give a fuck, if you call yourself being a dancer, stripper, whatever, you need a man. And that man has to be a pimp. Not just not just a man professing to be a pimp. You know what I mean? But you need a charismatic, handsome, fly, intelligent, infinite-minded Harvard University pimp that's gonna sit up there and make you into a Harvard University hoe. That's what you need. You know what I mean? So, for the ladies that haven't met anybody authentic, maybe you're in a location where the reputation, is the best definition of fucked up. So basically, you just getting your bands up, for the right time, for the right man, and coming with the right mind and the right plan, then by all means, continue to stack it up. But for you ones that's barely taking care of utilities, you barely, being able to take care of your necessities. You know that you own these little blades, barely making $200 and $300, but you know how to make it look good, on social media. Yeah, man, the game gonna catch up with you. Yeah, pretty soon, man, you're gonna be 30. Some of you in your 20s, so you think shit is cute now because you're young. So because you're young, because you're young and you're attractive and you got a lot of people in your DM, telling you some, beautiful lies. The reason, you don't feel it yet. I'm here to tell you that pretty soon, 30 gonna hit. And before you know it, you'll be 30 years old in the same position that you're in at 22, 25, 28, 30. And next thing you know, you miserable, horrible. You know what I mean? You begin to age. You're doing things that you weren't even doing in the beginning. You're smoking. A lot of you, because of your depression and things basically that you really need some counseling from the pimping, to give you to medicate your situation, simply because you don't have conversations with the pimping like real hoes do. Pretty much, you're doing drugs. You know what I mean? You are doing drugs. You can't sit up there and profess, to be a hoe. Because, one thing about hoes love the game. And you can't love this game, baby, and you do drugs. You're high. You look a goddamn fool. You're aging like a motherfucker. Yeah, because I know it's plenty of pretty little dope fiends that's watching this. And the reason why you're putting that bullshit in your body and destroying yourself is simply because you don't love yourself. Everybody gonna try to come with philosophical, profound shit. You don't love yourself. And there's certain things that you need to be ministered to about. You need counseling. You need somebody to bless your mind, you know what I mean? And to really minister to you the way that you need to be ministered to. But due to the fact that, you don't have it, you don't have the pimping to provide the medication that you in need of, you keep running to them drugs. And you're going to keep running to them drugs until you kill yourself, or until you basically sit up there and make yourself deteriorate and run until your expiration date, before the appointed time. So some of you are watching me in your motel room. Some of you are watching me right now in your hotel room. Some of you are watching me in your condo, your apartment, or you riding around in your car. You know what I mean? And you're miserable. And you know that you're miserable. The only way that, you can do something and change your situation, right now where you are. You know what I mean? Right now. Some of you been already talking to a P. That's how you know the game is using me. And you've been thinking about making that move. But, that's, and I know certain bitches gonna watch this like, yeah, sin definitely in the spirit tonight. But some of you are afraid to sit up there and select a P and allow a pimp to preside over your life because you under the impression that once you use up with a pimp, it's gonna break up things with your family. It's going to break up things with your friends, and you're not going to be able, you think you're going to leave your little renegade buddies for dead. Not knowing that if you do what you're supposed to do, which is honor the game by selecting a bona fide pimp to preside over your motherfucking life, them bitches will follow suit. Them bitches will sit up there, because you know what? Because even though they putting on a facade just like you, they miserable just like you. So if you was to make a move and allow the game to be a blessing to you by allowing the pimping to preside over your damn life, them bitches will sit up there and follow your lead. They might sit up there and end up having the same folks. You got bitch right now be like, man, I would choose up, but I don't want to, fuck up shit with my friend. I got to be loyal to my friend. And, my friends, they anti-pimp. They got an anti-pimp campaign. They got the fuck a pimp bandwagon. And if I choose a pimp, then, that's going to fuck shit up, between us, and that's going to fuck up shit with my friends. So, I don't want to sit up there, and fuck shit up. And I'm here to tell you that, like I said, you're going to be that 40-year-old TBT ass big bitch that's bitter and not better simply because you're afraid of what individuals may think concerning the decisions concerning your life. And in this lifestyle, you can't have the spirit of fear. God didn't give you the spirit of fear, and the game ain't give you the spirit of motherfucking fear either. So let that shit go. You can't be fearful of what society think or your family think or your so-called friends think. That's going to hinder you from living your best life. That's going to hinder you from living. Because without making decisions that's going to bring empowerment and development to your life, you're going to sit up there and be another miserable ass bitch that's hating on pimps, lying on pimps, because we know plenty of them in their 40s, 50s and shit. You know what I mean? Reminiscing and retrospecting about the past all the time because nothing is going on currently right now in their present. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. Because some of you right now, you can't see it because you got your six pack. You can't see it right now, you know what I mean? Because you don't got one gray hair in your head. You can't see it right now because you're catching dates like this. But I'm here to tell you that the youth in your face is going to deteriorate. And simply because you got that demon in you called depression that keeps on basically, you understand me, alluring you to the motherfucking drugs, the youth in your face going to deteriorate, you know what I mean, quicker than fast. Real talk. So, you know what I mean, please stop blocking the pimping for the pimping. Go to you got blocked. Well, you couldn't have been blocked because you was able to make, I guess they put you on timeout or anything like that, but let Goldie make his statements, man. I haven't never seen Goldie say anything that was so contrary that he needed to be blocked or time out. But at the same particular time, when I appoint you guys as mods, I give you power, and you have that power, but don't abuse that power. Also, in the comment section after I end the video, and people make statements in the comment section, please allow them comments to stay there because a lot of people be getting in my DM telling me that I blocked them and I sit up there, look at Freeze. You bitch on timeout. A lot of people think I blocked them and I do sometimes, but not all the time. Certain things I allow to stay there, but homosexual shit, blasphemy and all of that shit, yeah, you gotta go. I'm not doing none of that. Yeah, you gotta go. But getting back to this, some of you, man, are tired of being in Motel 6. You're tired of being at the Days Inn. You're tired of living at the Comfort Inn. So, listen, some of you bitches have been in the Comfort Inn, Holiday Inn, the Days Inn, for so motherfucking long. The housekeepers know you. The housekeepers know you by your first name, and everything. Some of y'all been staying in these hotels and these motels, for so motherfucking long that you got the good room now. See, what's the good room? Some of y'all got the room with the little jacuzzi in it. You got the room with the biggest TV. You don't got the 13-inch or the 19-inch. Some of y'all got the good 27-inch with the jacuzzi tub in the room and shit like that. And then, in the good room, you got the paper with all the restaurants that deliver. So you got Little Caesars, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Renegade Pizza Service. You got all of these motherfucking restaurants, your shit. So I ain't gonna lie, you really ain't trying to lead a pimpin' there because, you just stayed at this motherfucking motel so long. The housekeepers know you, the manager cool with you and shit. They once put your picture up, for Resident of the month. You was smiling with your other renegade friends in front of that Toyota. They had that in front. So, I ain't gonna lie, you that bitch. You know what I mean, at that motel and shit. But that ain't the will of the game for your life, man. That ain't the will of the game for your life, bitch. Come on, man. Get them likes over 200. It's 307 people watching me right now. Get them likes over 200 right now. Come on, hit that like button. Everybody sit up there and hit that like button. Get the more likes, the more recommendations for this video, man. The women need to see this. Strippers need to see this. Renegade bitches all over the land, especially here in Canada, they need to see this. By all means, get my likes over 200, man. Hit that like button. For those of you that don't know what the like button is, it's the thumb button right here. Take your little finger and hit the like button. The more likes, the more recommendations for the video. Share this video on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, wherever. If you got Renegade associates or whatever, text this, take the link from this video and send this ass to them. Send their ass this motherfucking link to this video, by all means. But, it's just a sad, miserable life. And like I told you guys, the reason why some of you gonna keep going to the destination of failure is because you never yielded to the will of the game. You never yielded to the game. You never submitted to the game. And so many of you gonna watch this, and I said that, and I want that to stay in your mind. Just because you paid a pimp or paid pimps, that does not make you a hoe. That does not mean that you chose a pimp. Because I told you, to choose a pimp is to give loyalty along with currency and get into a continuity of doing it. So if it wasn't a continuance of you producing loyalty that was equivalent to the currency that you was given, by all means, you wasn't a hoe, baby, and neither did you choose them. So in reality, some of you never was hoes. But would you like to become a hoe tonight? Would you like to put in the application? I'm not going to sit up there and say anything, and I don't want guys to say anything incriminating within the comment section. But there will be videos that's going to come. There's more knowledge that's coming. You know what I mean? But some of you are already talking to that right pimp. All you got to do is let him pimp. Seeing, what do I do? Let a pimp pimp. Let a pimp pimp. Yes. Some of you, no, never let the pimp and pimp. You didn't gave money, but you never allowed his opinion to have dominion over everything that you say and do. When you let a pimp pimp, that means that you letting him be the man in your life. That means that whatever he tell you to do, you're going to sit up there and comply to what the fuck he told you to do, simply because you're allowing him to pimp. You're giving him full control and totality of your life. You're not trying to wrestle with him at the driver's seat. You're letting him drive. You're not fighting him at the driver's seat. You're not trying to grab hold of the steering wheel. You're letting a man be a man. Seeing, how do I know that this is going to work? How do I know that this is going to be successful? How do you know that, I can have a successful life, with the pimping? Baby, anybody can say anything that sounds slick, but I'm going to give you some real shit. You will never know if a man is the right man, for you, until you allow that man to be a man to you. Until you allow that man to be a man to you, you won't know if he's the right man for you. You won't know. You know what I mean? Until you allow that man to be the right man to you, you ain't gonna know whether he the right or wrong man, because you ain't gave him a motherfucking opportunity to be a man to you. So, I'm gonna say this to you. It's better for you to give him an opportunity to be a man to you and to be a pimp to you, and allow him to sit up there, you understand me, and pimp on you, rather than sit in that goddamn hotel room, motel room, every goddamn day, allowing your life to pass. Some of you are getting fatter. You didn't get so out of shape. You know what I mean? Your titties don't sit up the way that it used to do. You know what I mean? Some of you used to be with pimping. Now look at you. You look like a fucking sloppy Joe sandwich. Some of you bitches' body, if I was to take some bread and I was to pour some water on that shit and just ball it up together, that's your body right now. And the only thing that's going to change that is some pimping. You know that you're miserable. You know that you know what I mean? You know that you in need of the pimping. Why sit up there and play like you don't? You're out of shape, not just physically, but mentally. Because before physically is produced, it got to be up here first. Your body is a reflection of your mind. Your body is a reflection of your mind. And some of you know that your motherfucking mind is full of bullshit. Why? Because we can see the fucking results of your thoughts. The lifestyle that you live, you're supposed to be the best definition of marketability. You're supposed to be marketable. But due to the fact that you keep putting destruction in your body, drugs in your body, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches and Italian beef sandwiches at night, you know what I mean, in your body, and then you go right to sleep. Some of you sit up there and post it on the internet. You posted a motherfucking ad on the internet, ate a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, ate an Italian beef, ate a motherfucking foot-long Polish. Some of you sit up there, you understand me, and ate a fucking gym shoe, and after putting that gyro in your motherfucking body, you took your fat, handsome, high cholesterol, low self-esteem punk ass right to sleep. And once you sit up there and went to sleep, you woke up, when you finally did wake up, you had all the motherfucking missed calls and all type of shit. Now we know if pimping was in your life, pimping wouldn't allow you to be eating the way that you've been eating. You wouldn't even have the liberty to destroy yourself. You wouldn't even have the power to do that destructive shit that you're doing to your mind and to your body every damn day. You know why? Because when you submit to the pimping, yes. What does it mean to submit to the pimping, saying yes? Complete obedience, yes. Complete obedience is not, I go to the strip club, but I'm not going to go to the track. That's not complete obedience. That's not choosing a pimp. You might give a pimp $15,000. And after giving a pimp $15,000, you told him, I'm supposed to get my money. I got some sugar daddies, or I got some regulars. I got all my little cool regulars, and I post, but I'm not a streetwalker. That's not choosing a pimp. You can give a pimp $500,000 right now, and after giving him $500,000, if you try to come with a sweet deal afterwards by telling him what you won't do and what you not gonna do, you didn't choose a pimp, baby. You never chose a pimp. You was trying to find a sucker. You was trying to find a motherfucker to agree with this bullshit that you calling home. He can't do that, baby. He a man. So even if he wasn't a pimp, just due to the fact that he's a man, what man gonna allow a woman to just walk in the door saying where she is and what the fuck she ain't gonna do? You came with the wrong attitude, and because you came with the wrong attitude, you didn't get a multitude, you understand me, for that man. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of you right now, you sitting in your car, you know what I mean? You in that hotel room. Some of you in the Greyhound watching me, you know what I mean? And you're going to continue to stay fucked up, and you're going to be in that fucked up situation that you in simply because you won't submit to the game. Some of you actually did pimps wrong. Yes, gang. Some of you left pimps fucked up. Some of you left the pimping holeless and doleless, and you left a great man, a great pimp, in a fucked up situation. You will reap what you sown. You sat up there and left the pimping in a fucked up situation. The pimping sat up there and took his last, bailed you out of jail, got your silly ass out of motherfucking jail. Once he got your ass out of jail, you sat up there and blew up on the pimping. So a lot of you keep saying, why I keep running into bozos? Why I keep running into clowns? Why I keep running into fraudulent individuals? Why I keep running into male actresses? Why I keep running into simps? Look at your history. Look at what you did. That ain't nothing but you reaping what you sown. You sold fake shit. The game got you reaping fake shit, you fake bitch, because you sat up there and sold fake shit in times past, previously. And that's why recently you dealing with the fake ass shit that you've been dealing with. You know what I mean? So that's just keeping that thing all the way motherfucking 100. You know, so I can understand why some of you keep jumping from this situation to another situation. You left this wardrobe over here. You lost that wardrobe over there. Your whole life was in that suitcase. Now you lost that suitcase. Your whole life is a roller coaster. It don't have no structure. It don't have no instructions to it. You know what I mean? Your whole life is like a seesaw, up and down. You know what I mean? Up and down. No stability. And you're going to continue to exist with no stability until you get into a continuity of yielding yourself in totality to this pimping. That's just the truth of this game, ladies. Hold on, let me pull this up. So I want to make myself plain. Now, this ain't going to be no 3-hour video, but, you know, I wanted to make myself plain. I know a lot of y'all going to end up seeing this video later on. Some of y'all going to even be upset. I want you to be upset. I'm telling you that there's no such thing as a successful renegade. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a successful renegade. Thank you, gang. Matter of fact, that just dropped in my spirit. The title of this video gonna change. After I end this motherfucker, that's gonna be the name of this video. There is no such thing as a successful renegade. There is no such thing as a bitch who has been successful on her own without this game. And then the motherfuckers that even say not true to try to disagree, their life is in shambles. You know, and then when somebody said they successful, you have to challenge them. What's your definition of success? Because having a car, baby, and a place to stay and a roof, you know, over your head and eating food or having a few designer clothes, that's not my the definition of success. Some of you think that you're successful because you don't know the definition of what successful is. You basically took that word and you pretty much defined it to be somebody who basically is able to fulfill necessities. 30K home, car, investment, really. Hang it up. Hang it up. Please hang it up. Hang it up. 30,000 monthly. Now it's 30,000 monthly. Stop it. And even then, honestly, 30,000 is really not spectacular. That's not really a far-fetched thing. Everybody's not doing it. We're going to tell the truth. You know, most ain't doing it. We're going to tell the truth. But that's not something spectacular. Stop it. I only work 3 to 4 times a week and I get 30,000 a month. Right. So, which proves my point. So if wait a minute. If you make $30,000 within a month and you only work, hold on, let's look at your movie. Let me look at your movie again. I only work 3 to 4 times a week. So you don't work every day. So you just gave confirmation to the information that I've been conveying and saying throughout the beginning of this video to now. That if the pimping was in your life, the situation would be greater. So even though I don't believe this Oscar Award winning movie that you're giving me in the comments section, because nothing counts until the pimping counted, but what I will say is, even if what you're saying is true, then that means that things would be greater if the pimping was around, because the pimping would be sitting and pimping on your motherfucking ass every goddamn day. Wouldn't be no 3 to 4 times a week. So that 30,000 would be actually more. So you just proved my point. Even if this movie, even if this Crocodile Dundee, Indiana Jones shit that you saying in my goddamn comment section, even if this was real, you know, you just confirmed what I said. Because if the pimping was presiding over you, you wouldn't be working 3 to 4 times a motherfucking week. You'd be working every day. So since the pimping be motherfucking pimping on your ass every day, you would be making more than $30,000 a month. Everything is greater once the pimping get involved. Come on, man. Stop it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm through with your movie, but I mean, even if your movie was true, thank you for confirming my point. You gave confirmation to the point that I was making. And I appreciate that. James, you ain't have to delete. You know, you don't have to do that. I like that because see how even a troll or a liar, you know, set up there and made a lie. No, you cool, Jay. You know what I mean? I trust you guys, but no, even in that movie, even when they try to go contrary to the game, they're a blessing to the game. That's how powerful the game is. When a troll, when a negative hater or whoever come against this game or try to troll on this game, they still a blessing to the game. Because even when they told that Oscar award winning movie, you see, they didn't do nothing but give confirmation to the shit that I'm saying. If you make 30,000 a month, you make you only work 3 to 4 times a week, then that means you with the pimping, you'll be working 7 times. You know what I mean? You're gonna work 7 times a damn week. You're gonna work every goddamn day. So you will be making more money with the pimping. You will be more, you know, of a candidate to get some money with some pimping. Yeah. Another thing I want to say to that woman that's thinking about giving up, that's thinking that this lifestyle is not for you, simply because right now you're sitting in a motel room and you don't have any weed right now. The only reason why you don't have any weed right now is because you can't afford it. You're worried about whether or not you're going to be able to pay for your room, for tomorrow morning. Yes, this lifestyle is for you. But due to the fact that you haven't submitted to the game, you're going to keep finding yourself in circumstances like you in. Now, it's sad when you're a prostitute and you call yourself selling pussy and you got to borrow money from your mama. Some of you bitches been borrowing money from your mama. See, I know this game. The squares, they gonna laugh and think sin just so funny. But people that really know this game, that really had experiences with these bitches, some of these bitches get up in fucked up situation and they end up borrowing money from square family members. Real shit. Now watch this. You said that you don't need a pimp, but you borrowing money from your square ass mama, or you borrowing money from your square ass sister or cousin. That's backwards. That's backwards. You know what I mean? Oh, well, it ain't backwards because, I couldn't move the way I wanted to, and they knew I was going to pay it. They knew I was going to pay them back. But just the fact that you had to borrow, that speaks volumes about you. That speaks volumes about your so-called game. That speaks volumes. Come on, man, get my likes above 300, man. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody that's watching right now, hit that like button. Let's get them likes, over 300. Hit the like button right now. But, that speaks volumes, man, about you. Volumes. You got to borrow from your square ass family members. You know what I mean? So you can pay for your room or so you can have gas. You know what I mean? You bitches are terrible, man. Without this game. Without this game, you can do nothing. Without this game, you can achieve nothing. There is no such thing as a successful motherfucking renegade. No such thing. No such thing. Never. Well, what about Cardi B? Seeing what about trying to think of fuck. What's this other little bitch y'all be throwing up? And see, that's another thing y'all guys gotta get together. Um, just because you see an individual, dancing, or they went on some dates, or they had experiences, because I don't know that to be true. I've talked to certain ones. They say that Cardi basically used to fuck with, this one particular guy. And if that's true, I guess, because I ain't gonna, those that know what I'm talking about, I ain't gonna say his name, but, all of these individuals that y'all naming, I know it because I wasn't there, but from what I've been told by motherfuckers in the street, all of these bitches once actually, well, not according to my standards, you know what I mean, fuck with a pimp. Not according to the game standards, but they was one time paying somebody as if he was a pimp. You have a lot of these bitches that was messing with game bangers, had a boyfriend, but she was trying to make him into a pimp. Then you have bitches, he was a dope boy. He was a gangster. But even though he wasn't no pimp, he was able to sit up there and provide her with some game. So she was able to utilize that. But watch this. Didn't I sit up there and give you the answer? You know what I mean? In the beginning? I told you that even when a bitch say all the game that I got was from a bitch or some other bitches, who's the bitch that sit up there and Cardi and all of these bitches? Don't you understand that all these motherfucking strip clubs they be in, you don't think they ever been around a bitch that was under some pimping? You don't think these bitches ever learned and got some game from a bitch that was fucking with some pimping? So if a bitch say, like I said in the beginning, if she say that I got my game from a bitch or some bitches, who's to say that the game that she got from that bitch wasn't fucking with some pimping, or once upon a time wasn't fucking with some pimping? So all homage and all praise still go to the pimping. It still go to the motherfucking game. You can't escape this shit, man. You can't escape it. Motherfuckers be trying to escape this shit. I know one little bitch now. She keep my name in her mouth. If she can have, some game coming out of her mouth and a trick's ear, the way that she speak on me, she'll have some motherfucking money. You know what I mean? But right now, you know what I mean? She lost. You know what I mean? Bouncing from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, from Facebook to Facebook, talking to enemies of the game. She just lost right now. And until she submit to the motherfucking game, her motherfucking old wrinkled ass, fossil motherfucking ass, she ain't gonna have no success either. She gonna be another statistic, another little lost in the sauce, miserable ass bitch in Vegas. You know what I mean? Wishing that, oh, I wish my life was like that. Damn, I wish I had that car. That's gonna be me this summertime. You're gonna be just like a little kid sitting on the porch talking about, ooh, that's my car. Ooh, that's my house. Ooh, that's my dress. Ooh, that's my jewelry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Bitch, you're not gonna have nothing without this pimping. You know what I mean? You know you can't come back fuck with sin. Yeah, sin got standards, bitch. I don't want you. You know what I mean? I don't want you. But, just because I don't want you, that don't mean that nobody else don't want you. And I hope you sit up there and submit yourself, to a piece so you get my motherfucking name out your mouth. I said, God damn, man, this bitch ain't chose up with a pimp yet. She's still around here lost. She's still around here wondering. You know what I mean? She know I ain't gonna pick up the phone for her or respond to none of her motherfucking text messages. So she's sitting over there with all of the little guys that I helped made or an enemy of the game and all that type of shit, bitch. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Because a few seconds from now, you gonna end up being 40. And before you're gonna be 40 years old. You know why I got the #1 bookseller? Why I got different films out? While I'm sitting over there preaching and teaching and evangelizing to thousands of people, you're going to be some old 40-year-old handsome ass bitch, bitter and not better, talking about, yeah, I was with him. He was arrogant and, he fired me. He fired me. You know what I mean? You better submit to this game. Let me say this also to the ladies while they watch it. Check this out. Hey, man. Like I tell all my women, I'm different from you niggas. You niggas be having some other shit going on behind closed doors. But yeah, just because you and I couldn't find any compatibility, that don't mean that you're gonna escape, this game. You know what I mean? By all means, baby. You know what I mean? Choose up. Fuck with somebody. You know what I mean? Just because, I didn't want you, just because I fired you, just because I won't answer the phone for you or text you back. Some people will want you. It's a lot of husbands out here. It's a lot of guys, with no teeth. It's a lot of guys that really don't have pimping as their belief. That'll sit up there and accept your miserable older ass. But as for sin, I'm drinking water and eating fruit, baby, and working out every goddamn day and peeing like a motherfucker. I don't want you. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure one of my little brothers, one of the P's in Vegas or somebody, somebody wants you. Somebody, Patti LaBelle used to have a sing a song, baby, called Somebody Loves You, baby. You know what I mean? You know who it is. You know what I mean? You know who it is. You know? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want you. But they can have you. But, I want the game to have you. You know what I mean? For let me also say this too. Some of you women, you trying to go back to certain P's, just realize that it's over. You know what I mean? Just realize that it's over. You know what I mean? Just Marvin Gaye used to sing a song called Just to Keep Her Satisfied. And in the end of the song he say, it's much too late for you and I. It's over. Just because it's over for you and I, that don't mean that you can't have a new beginning with another PI. You know what I mean? So, even though it's over for you and I, that don't mean that it's over for you in the game. Yeah, it's a P out there to give you restoration to your situation. Might be in the comment section now. I don't know. Might be watching that. I don't know. You know what I mean? He might not even be on social media. I don't know. You know what I mean? But until then, this is what I'm telling all the ladies to do. Until then, stack it up. Stack it up. Stack it up. Don't get into no DM. Don't get into inbox. Don't call no P. Don't text no P until you got something reasonable, respectable, saved up. Get you some racks up. Get you some racks up. Stack it up, bitch. You know what I mean? Stop playing. You want to be respected in the game? You want to be a legendary bitch in the game? You want your motherfucking name to ring bells cross country? You want to be a respectable motherfucker? Sit up there and stack it up for a real motherfucker. You really want to be authentic and really in it? Stack it up for somebody that's authentic. It's just simple as that. You know what I mean? Keep stacking and let them racks pile up. And you come, because the way you start is the way you finish. And many of you never finish right because you start wrong. You never came in with a choosing fee. You didn't honor the game. You didn't honor the game. You didn't even let the game know that you wanted the game. You know what I mean? Listen, let me just get this before I get out of here. Many of you women don't know how to dress. Okay, I just got to be real with you. Some of you are attractive. You got a shape on you. But bitch, you can't dress. You look terrible. Your appearance is the interference, and the reason why, a lot of these tricks don't have a motherfucking desire, because bitch, you don't know how to select the right attire to go out there and seduce and reduce a trick in. Therefore, you need the pimping to do so much. And you already fucking things up when you come to the pimping and you have nothing. So, number one, you have nothing. Then the pimping got to pimp on you so you can make something. Then he got to take the something and invest it back in you because you don't even have any attire to represent his pimping. Certain motherfucking pimps, they known for dressing. Certain pimps is known for looking good. Certain pimps, they don't send their women out looking any kind of way. Pimps, they don't be having that I put a wig on a pig and get a gig mentality. Certain P's, they take honor. It's an honor and privilege, to hold for certain pimps. They don't send their bitches out looking like, accidents and incidents and cases before it happened. They really like dressing a woman. They want you to represent their pimping to the fullest. So, when you come with nothing, and then he got to make an investment already by giving you information that you didn't earn, because 9 out of 10, you don't even got the information to produce the choosing fee that he's worthy of. Real talk. So he already got to come out of his plethora of game to bless you with game so you can produce the game that you didn't come with, the GAIN. So, and then he got to take that money and then he got to invest it in you because you don't know how to sit up there and dress. So, once he sit up there, and get you some clothes, and things like that. A lot of y'all sit up there, and you blow. So I want to ask you something. What did the pimping get out of that? What did the pimping get out of that? You came with no choosing fee. You came with no money. He gave you information. And let me also say this to you guys as well. Goddamn. I hear so many of you bitches saying that he didn't give me no game. 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 Did you ever stop to think that maybe the pimp ran into legions of punk ass bitches who were game thieves, stole game, and didn't pay for game, didn't give the loyalty and motherfucking currency that was the game that he had? So now that he's discovered that he has precious jewels and precious treasures, he treats his game like a man in Egypt who has treasures hidden somewhere. He don't reveal his game to just anybody and everybody that walked through the motherfucking door, because he come to the realization that he's given so much uncommon information in times past, and because of that, that's what fucks up certain circumstances within the game. If you give up your game to just anybody and everybody, you allow anybody and everybody to come into the game. When you give your money, when you give game to this bitch that didn't deserve the game, this motherfucking game thief, the bitch that sat up there and took your game, blew up, now she giving it to a boyfriend. And a bitch would take that Harvard University game that you gave her and sit up there and utilize that shit with a goddamn boyfriend, and you allow this boyfriend, fraudulent, clown ass, special ed, riddling baby ass nigga to reap off the motherfucking benefits of your goddamn game, all because you got the spirit of arrogance, or maybe you was dealing with a bitch that didn't have game, so you felt there was a need to give game to produce the motherfucking money that the bitch didn't have. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to, of course, speak on that in another video, because that's just some crumbs from a salad bar, of the buffet that I got coming in, other videos and things like that. But, I'm going to speak on King Hezekiah, and I want you guys to look that up so you will understand what Sin is saying in his next video. Because my next video will be concerning King Hezekiah, and a lot of you pimps can learn from King Hezekiah. I want you to go, in the Word, and I want you to read about King Hezekiah. And I want you to read on how he showed all his treasures, all the gold, all the myrrh. He showed everything that was valuable and precious within the house. This pimping is your house. This pimping is your house. This pimping is the house. And when you sit up there and you allow all of these bitches to see your jewelry, because this is the real jewelry, this is the real treasures right here, and you allow this bitch from Babylon, in other words, from Fagtown, to sit up there and hear your game, obtain your game, and she didn't do nothing to earn it, it's consequences for that. Fucked up circumstances in the game is coming. More fraudulent individuals in the game is coming, because you don't know how to be swift to hear and slow to speak. So because we have so many who are basically swift to talk, swift to speak, and slow to hear, that's why we got a lot of individuals that open the door for a lot of clowns and fraudulent ass niggas to come in this damn game. So we have to be more protective of our jewelry, our treasures, this game. I have to just give you that. I'll touch on that later. But in your spare time, read on King Hezekiah. I want you to read. I want you to study. And I like how the game uses me and provokes you guys to study about a lot of people you didn't know about. Because in the future, I'm going to be talking about King Jehu, King Jehoshaphat, but right now we're going to stay on Hezekiah, because there's a lot to be learned. But, for you women, before I sit up there and get out, because I'm about to wrap things up. I know y'all like, see, you said, Peter, this wasn't going to be a long video. Them preachers, in my closure, I'm about to close. Still like, yeah, you said that 3 hours ago in your close. You know what I mean? So, I get a lot of that good game, man, from them pastors, man. Keep shit electrified, to keep people's attention you know what I mean, intensified, and keep this game being magnified. You did? So, getting back, many of you, the way you start, the way you end, and many of you come with nothing. You come with nothing. If you want the situation to be better, if you want the outcome to be a better income, if you want your outcome to be a big income in the end, you want to be successful, start right. So like I told you, follow instructions. Leave that DM alone. Leave that inbox alone. Stop playing with pimps. Matter of fact, if you're a real bitch, unfollow all of the pimps right now. Unfollow all of them. You know what I mean? Unfriend all of them. Because being friends with all of them, I think basically that it is slowed down. Yeah, I think it's buffering. I wait for all you guys to come back. Because it looks like getting buffered down. If you can still see me, let me know. If you can't, let me know. No. Oh, okay, you can still see me. Okay, well, the shit dropping on my end. Okay, I'm clear. Okay. Then everybody will come back and everybody that's lost, they'll see the rerun. But, hold on. We see you. Okay, hit the like button for me. Since you come, oh yeah, P, we see you. Okay, hit the like button. Yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, Simple don't ask for no money. Those that's compelled by the love of the game to give, blessings to you. Simple don't ask for money. Simple asks for likes because the likes bring more recommendations to Sinful's videos. More likes, the more people can hear this game. So I want you to hit the like button. That's how you be a blessing to me. Hit that like button. We can still dropping out here, H baby. Hold on. But let me say this. When you following every pimp on Instagram, you following Macadocious, you following gorgeous male Andre, wannabe gorgeous Dre, Taylor. When you following the new charm, when you following Freezes It the Third, when you following I Just Became Sinful to P, when you following all of these guys, Ally Mac, with quadruple D's for a quadruple dose of this pimping. When you following all of these, individuals, the pimping, when they see you, they right off top, a lot of them, they gonna write you off as a fag. The pimping gonna write you off as a motherfucker, that's a fag ass bitch. All because, you following everybody and their mama in the game. So, in reality, just keeping that thing all the way 100 with you, baby. You don't want to be following every P. You don't want to be in the comment section of every P. You don't want to be, because we don't see them as hoes. We see them as groupies. You're a pimp groupie. You like, be in the comment section. You like to tell the pimpin' how handsome he is. You like to sit up there and tell the pimpin' how, cold his game is. But you don't never want to get involved to see what it's going to evolve into. No. You a comment section bitch. You a DM bitch. You a inbox bitch. But when you going to become that reunion with Western Union bitch? When you going to become, that motherfucking Cash App bitch, that Zelle bitch, PayPal bitch, that what's your account number so I can go to Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, Bank of America bitch? When you gonna be that? You been a groupie long enough. You liking on this shit, you like what you see, you fantasize, but that's cool that you fantasize, but when you gonna realize that time wastes on no one and you ain't doing nothing but wasting time, baby. You ain't doing nothing but wasting time. But Stop following all these pimps. Stop getting in the inbox of all these pimps, DM of all of these pimps, and you don't have a mission to choose a pimp. You don't got a mission to come correct to the pimp. And if you don't come correct, don't come at all. You know? If you're not going to sit up there, you know what I mean, and come correct, don't come at all. Because there will be consequences of coming incorrect, coming without a fee, you know, coming without that respect. Because that's all it is. It's the respect of the game. When you read about King Solomon, with all the wisdom that Yah had blessed King Solomon to have, King Solomon's mind was a museum of game. And all over the land, everybody was hearing of his game. And Queen Sheba, she heard of his game. All the men, they had King Solomon's name, you know what I mean, on his tongue, his knowledge, his wisdom, the way that he was able to say profound things about this and that. You know what I mean? They was just marveled at the wisdom of King Solomon. Queen Sheba heard of this. What did Queen Sheba do? She came with gifts. Why? Because she was coming in the presence of a goddamn king. She was coming in the presence of the game. So to honor the game, she came with gifts, simply because she knew that King Solomon's presence would be a present. So she wasn't hesitant to break herself of the gifts that she came with. She was so at awe in the amazement of the wisdom of King Solomon, his ministry, his identity in God. She marveled at how beautiful his mind, to the point where she said, the half has not been told. She asked him all questions and he answered all. Not one thing did she ask and he did not give her an outstanding understanding. She didn't have no misunderstandings about nothing that King Solomon said. And she had the greatest mental climax that she ever had in her life. And she said the half has not been told about the knowledge and wisdom of you, King Solomon. In other words, I heard from other people in the game about your game, but I'm just, now that I'm in your presence and I'm listening to your game, I'm listening to the game that proceed out of your mouth, even though they said some marvelous things about you, the half has not been told. The half. As marvelous as your mind is, the half is not even told about your game. Wow. Wow. I didn't even know that God had made somebody this amazing. And that's why the fuck I tell all you young peas to read, to study, to don't participate in no drugs. We not getting involved in no drugs. We not getting involved in no conversations that's not fruitful, that's not meaningful. We getting away from every ridiculous, meaningless, frivolous ass conversation that don't lead up to no edification, no uncommon information. We ain't got nothing to do with it. We bettering ourselves, empowering ourselves, because when we talk to a square, or we talk to a hoe, you know what I mean? We want to be informative representatives of knowledge and wisdom, a walking encyclopedia. This is how a pimp is supposed to be, a Renaissance man. I want my mind to shine beautiful. And see, when your mind, to keep it 100, when you really got that real jewelry proceeding from your mind, you ain't got to buy that other jewelry. Because a lot of individuals, not everybody, but some, they buy jewelry to replace the jewelry that they don't have up here. So because they don't have the jewelry proceeding from here, they have to buy that other shit to basically sit up there and compensate and fulfill the voids of not having any verbal gain. So because they have no verbal gain, they don't obtain. They catch hand is not that beautiful coming from here. So, you know, with other accessories, they can make a bitch gravitate to them because a bitch can see them appearing to be shining. But if you really want to shine for real, be able to say something profound and expound upon every conversation that you guys get involved in. And I guarantee you, you know what I mean, that woman will be more impressed and she'll want to motherfucking progress, with you about that. Hold on. You know what I mean? And that'll make you save money, young pimp. Now, I ain't speaking against jewelry. By all means, be fly, baby. But buy some real jewelry. Buy an encyclopedia. Buy a King James. Buy a Quran. Buy a dictionary. You know what I mean? Buy biographies, such as one on Malcolm X or Farrakhan or Marcus Garvey. That's some jewelry for your ass. And reading this is going to compel you to have thoughts that you never would have had if you would have never read. You know what I mean? And guess what, beautiful black woman? All the beautiful black women that's currently watching this, that's in hotels and motels, you know what I mean, cross country right now, that's watching this video, guess what? You wouldn't feel inferior to that white woman once you get the real jewelry up here. You won't think that a white woman will outshine you when you really got that real jewelry coming from, you know what I mean, up here. The reason why, black woman, that you think that the white woman is able to outshine you is because you don't have that real jewelry called game. You don't have a pimp lacing you, equipping you, empowering you, bringing enlightenment each and every day. So due to the fact that you're missing enlightenment and that you're ignorant, you think that them fraudulent motherfuckers that told you that this white bitch is superior to you, you was deceived by that and you accepted that and you received it, and it shows in your horn. It shows in your horn, And until you submit to this game, them develations that you got in your mind that's hindering you from being the best you're going to continue to stay stagnated. You're going to continue to stay hindered simply because you haven't submitted to this game. And until you submit to this game, you're just going to be another weak-ass black female, because I wouldn't disrespect black women, because black women are courageous and strong, and their mind is as beautiful as their appearance. But, them tired-ass little black females that profess to be black women, some of you saying, well, I hear you, but why I got to do all that? And why I got to submit? Why I got to be obedient? Why you got to be a woman? Many of you are not women. The reason why you are not a hoe, the reason why you will never be a hoe, is because you're not a woman. Because before you're a hoe, you got to be a woman first. And in order to be a hoe, you have to be a woman first. So therefore, in order to be a woman, you got to submit to your man. You got to submit to the man that's presiding over you. You got to submit to your leader. And the reason why a lot of you will never be a goddamn hoe is because you can never be a strong woman. You're a gender. You're a female. But you're not no woman. A woman is a position. You haven't earned that position. You can't earn that motherfucking position. And you sitting over there embracing energy. You embracing an image that's totally contrary to the nature of you. You can't do that. God didn't create you to be like that. Y'all didn't create you to be like that. That's not the will of the game for you to be like that. You going completely contrary to your makeup. That ain't even your makeup. You ain't even built like that. It's not how you built. You conforming to images that you see through social media and the ignorant, fraudulent motherfuckers around you. But that's not how a woman behaves herself. A woman don't be going back and forth with no man like no goddamn man. So until you ready to be a woman, you cannot be a hoe. Because a hoe is a woman. And you got to be a woman before you can be a hoe. That's why many of you ain't even a candidate to be a hoe. You don't even got potential. And the reason why you don't even got potential, because you don't even have a desire to be a motherfucking woman. Seeing what's a hoe? A strong woman. Seeing what's a strong woman? A hoe. Can't be a strong woman. You know what I mean? I'm speaking to, you squares, that's going to go over your head. But we know the adversities and difficulties, and how a woman got to submit herself. Now just watch that. She goes through jail. Motherfuckers attempting to rob her. Police be attempting to arrest her. The trick trying to get over her. The trick might attempt to rape her. She going through discrepancies with family members, discrepancies with, so-called friends. And she go through all of this. But yet she still got to humble herself and get into the continuity, as I like to say, participating in the spirit of humility. She got to be humble. She got to get into a continuity of manifesting humility on a daily. She got to do that every goddamn day. So even when she want to emotionally act, she got to strive to mentally respond, because that's what a strong woman do. A weak female is going to emotionally react just like every typical, regular, average ass female would do. But when you are a special and peculiar woman and not a regular and familiar female, another weak ass renegade, when you the hoeing, you gonna strive to mentally respond. You gonna submit. And the pimpin' don't be right about everything. His P don't stand for perfect. But when he's incorrect, you gonna come in the spirit of wisdom when you endeavoring to correct him on whatever he's incorrect on. Everything must be presentable before it's acceptable. Anything else is abominable. If you're coming with the wrong presentation, and if your information is right, if your presentation is wrong, how could a man hear you? He gonna have deaf ears to you because you coming in the wrong attitude. So you're right. Some of you are in the hotel, you in that motel right now, you fucked up in the car right now, you pretty much sleeping in a rental, all type of fucked up situations. Because reality is, you are not willing to be a woman. Some of you say, send me the right man. God, please send me the right man. Game, please send me the right man. God ain't gonna send you the right man until you become the right woman for the right man. Until you are willing to allow God to make you into the right woman for the right man, you're not going to have the right man. You're going to be another female making statuses and, talking shit on social media. You're going to be another female who ain't never really had a relationship, friendship, or encounter with a man, speaking on a population of people that you ain't never met. Real talk. Until you allow God to make you into the right woman for the right man, you will never have the right man. And that's why a lot of you are going to continue to stay in Motel 6. It's going to be another eternity. You still going to be turning tricks. You still going to be doing $40 and $60 dates. Some of you are doing $250s and $300s, but you don't do that all the time. Some of you doing $500, $1,000. Some of you got some cool little rigs that's paying the shit out of you. But always know that even that little run that you having is going to expire. All runs come to an end. You a bitch right now. You don't have a P. And you got a trick right now that's paying the shit out of you. Guess what? That situation that you currently have right now, that's going to expire. Simply because you never had a desire to be a woman and submit yourself to a wise man who would have basically not only prolonged the situation, but saved the money so the money could save your ass. But because you spend it as soon as you get it, and because you basically say, oh, I'm making investments, and you able to deceive the people who are ignorant concerning business, so you can use words that they're unfamiliar with. You can talk about things that they're unfamiliar with your little renegade buddies. But the reality is you haven't produced anything. Reality is you're still not successful. Reality is you'll never be successful without this motherfucking game. You will never be successful without this game. Never. You will never be successful without this pimping. You can sit up there right now, and even right now, guess what? Even if you had that car, even if you had that house, even if you had that jewelry, you still gonna be a miserable ass bitch because no woman likes being alone. You can put on them facades. You can sit up there, you understand me, and be an Oscar Award winning actress. But the reality is, even if you had what you think that you wanted, even if you had what you think to be success at that low level of thinking that you have right now, even if you had all of that shit, your life would still be the best definition of miserable and bullshit, simply because the real shit is, without a man, without the right man, without that wise man, without that man who has basically the capabilities in the ministry to pimp on your motherfucking ass, you still gonna be an unhappy ass bitch. You still gonna be miserable. So even if you had a situation that was currently and temporarily profitable, in the end, you know what I mean, you just gonna be another bitter and not better ass bitch. And that's some truth for your ass. You know, like I said, I ain't gonna give y'all too much, but in the end, ladies, you know what I mean, without this pimping, you know what I mean, you're gonna be hotel living. Some of you gonna be in condos, some of you will even have a house, you know, but you'll just be an older, bitter ass woman, you know what I mean, that's out of shape mentally and physically, you know, and just thinking about the ancient times when you used to look good, when you used to work out, when you used to read, when you used to have a desire, you know, to live life, when you had a desire to be a greater you, you know, because that's one thing pimps do. Pimps motivate, pimps encourage, pimps bring enlightenment, they bring encouragement, they bring upliftment, you know what I mean, they bring improvement to your life. They do that, you know. And if you never experienced that, then you wasn't with the pimping. You was with somebody that was professing to be the pimping, but in all reality didn't possess the pimping. Because if they didn't bring the things that I was talking about, then they wasn't the pimping. But a lot of you didn't experience the pimping because you didn't allow a pimp to pimp. You gave him crumbs. You pretty much, you know, bird fed him, you know, or you gave him pretty much what you wanted him to have, you know, a little currency, but you never gave no loyalty. So in reality, you ain't shit, and that's why your life ain't shit. And you're gonna be another one of these bitches blaming everybody but you. Oh, he didn't do this. He didn't do that. My mama didn't do this. That didn't do this. He didn't do this. And the reason why I'm fucked up, the reason why my credit fucked up, the reason why this went fucked up, the reason why I couldn't produce this, the reason why I couldn't produce that, and the reason why I'm here, and the reason why I lost my car, and the reason why this and that is because him, them. No, bitch. It's because of you. You know, it's because of you. Be a grown woman and admit that it's your fault. Because reality is, you can't have no development, you can't have no improvement until you make some motherfucking acknowledgement. Period. Period. Hold on, I had to lift that up. So tonight, ladies, let me just tell you this. For those that you saying to yourself, saying, I don't want to be miserable no more. I'm tired of being unhappy. I'm tired of putting on the Oscar Award performance as if I'm happy. I'm tired of sitting over there trying to deceive myself into thinking that, you know, I'm happy. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of, you know, acting like something that I'm not. It's time to be real, and it's time to be real with myself. And what I'm telling you to do right now is to do exactly what I've been saying in the video. Get out of them DMs, get out of them inboxes, stop, you know, calling different P's, stop playing with pimps. It's time to do this shit for real. You know what I mean? Get you some money saved up. You know what I mean? Get you some money stacked up. That one particular P that, you know, he wouldn't budge. You tried to come with some, you know, compromise, deal making ass shit, and he was standing on his P. He was standing on the principles of the game. That's who the game called you to be with. That's who the game chose to be with. Yeah, you know that fly ass motherfucker that you wish he would just give you his balls, you know what I mean, and compromise with you, but he wouldn't. He'd rather walk on the side of the road 20 below zero before he accept your money, you know what I mean, with a deal to come with it. That's the motherfucker that was called, bitch. You remember that dude, that one guy that you told that you would never go to the track for? You would never go to the casino, that you basically like to stay in the rooms and all of that? That's the motherfucker that's you supposed to be with. That's who you want. Because he's not going to compromise with you. He's not going to bend the rules. He's not going to disrespect the game. He's not going to disrespect manhood and principle to sit up there and have some money. And you know he was attracted to you. You know that he liked you. But he didn't continue to talk to you. Because once you made it known that you wasn't willing to submit to the game, he stopped fucking with you. He didn't deal with you. That's the one you supposed to. That's the one you supposed to get it right with, bitch. Mm-hmm. That one stuck up motherfucker. That one arrogant, egotistical, principle, standards having motherfucker. Yeah, you know, because you talked to them other guys and you couldn't get the mental climax that you wanted. You talked to them other guys, you asked him his choosing fee, he told you $500. You asked that nigga what his choosing fee was, that nigga told you $1,500. You asked this nigga, you know what I mean, what the choosing fee was, he told you he didn't even have a choosing fee. You know what I mean, he just told you to come on. He was even willing to pay your ticket. You know that them niggas is not the motherfucking real, bitch. You supposed to be fucking with a real one. And if you want something real, you gotta do something real to have something real with a real one. Real recognize real. And a real hoe, a real bitch that's endeavoring to be a real hoe, she just not gonna give anything and everything to a real pimp. Why? Because real recognize real. She know that a real pimp ain't gonna just accept anything and everything out of just any and every bitch. Why? Because real recognize real. So if you want something real with somebody that's real, you gotta do something real to be with that individual that's real. So you gotta put away all that fake shit. Let that go. Matter of fact, disable your Instagram. If you really want to show the game that you serious about this shit, just for a little while, it ain't got to be always, but for right now, disable Instagram. Oh, wait a minute. Did the count drop? Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Damn, did we just drop 100 people? God damn, did we just drop another 200? God damn. Yeah, you know, disable your Instagram. You know what I mean? Take your Facebook off. Give some time to the gym. Give time to working out. Give time to stacking it up for a real one. You know? Because the way you start is the way you end. You get what you pay for, and you get what you don't pay for. If you came to 1P and he said his choosing fee was $5,000 and you thought that was too much, you talked to one pimp and his choosing fee was 10, another one was 20, another one was 50. You know what I mean? All these different individuals. Then you finally found what you want. Somebody to take you for free. Somebody that look like, you know what I mean, that he got good dick, fuck you like a trick, you know what I mean, each and every day, let you have your day, let you have your way in every way. You know, you finally found that motherfucker that's not charging the fee. See, you don't understand. Sometimes we be in fucked up circumstances and, you know, a real one gonna fuck with a real bitch and understand. The way you start is the way you end. Nothing to nothing leads nothing. You gotta have something if you want to be with a P. So, in my closure, hit the like button. Share this with your stripper partners. Share this with your friends. I want all the stripper renegades to get in the comment section. By all means, give an opinion. This will not be the only video like this. This is just a salad bar of the buffets that will be coming out on this particular topic. You know, but as of right now, I gotta go handle some business. Hit that like button. I know you guys want me to keep going. And you know as well as I can, you know, I could. But I really be 2 hours. But it's 2 hours. It's a 2-hour video. But hit the like button. Make sure you make this all my real niggas, all my max, pimps, players, and lovers of the game. Make sure that you make this video over 1,000 likes. If you don't make no other video above 1,000 likes or thousands of likes, make sure that video is 1,000 likes or more. Let's make sure that this video is liked and shared. Share this video in all the little groups, all the little Facebook groups. You know what I mean? Share this video with all the little renegades and shit like that. We want to push this, you know what I mean, as far as we can push it. Seriously. Because it was too many things that were said that they need to hear. For those of you that like to have private consultation with me, go to my website, www SINFULTHP.net. A lot of the renegades gonna watch this. If you're a renegade, you don't want to make yourself public. You want to speak to me privately. By all means, go to www.sinfulthep.net. Hit the consultation button. Set up an appointment so we can talk. Also, as you know, my new Instagram. You know what I mean? For the fellas that want to debate me, criticize me, roast me, encourage me, whatever, man. Come to Instagram, SINFULTHEP. You know what I mean? And jump right into the DM. Let me know that you come from my YouTube family. Facebook, I will be creating. That should be this week. I had things I had to do. But the new Facebook channel for my YouTube, that's going to be coming soon. That should be coming this week. I'm gonna take out time, you know, because I got so many lives from Facebook that I gotta post. So I'm about to create a new channel for all my Facebook lives, and you're gonna wanna friend request me on Facebook as well, because I'll be going live on there. So come to Facebook, SINFULTHEP, friend request me there, and come. Snapchat is only for the ladies, SINFULTHEP, and you know. As long as you ain't looking like Coco Beware, and you ain't looking like something that I gotta be beware of, you know, by all means, man, come through. But I love you guys. I hope you live as long as you want, and never want as long as you live. You know what I mean? Make sure that you go to my brother's channel. Let's get Freeze up to 20,000. Freeze getting ready to touch 10,000. We want to get Freeze up to 20,000 subscribers immediately. So go to Freeze right now, FREEZEIZIT, and subscribe to my brother's channel. Hit the bell over there. Also go to Andre Taylor, you know, ANDRETAYLOR, Andre Taylor, or just put in Gorgeous Dre and hit the subscribe and the bell button over there as well. You know what I mean? And you're going to enjoy the game like Freeze, Dre, all of them. You know what I mean? But I love you guys. I appreciate you. Man, you've been a blessing, man. It's 3:50 in the morning, and you guys is up with me. I'm going to give you guys some time to watch this. I want to drop another bomb on you, but I'm going to let this probably cool off. If you want to see me later on today, go live. Make sure you hit the channels button and subscribe to all my channels. See the channels button on your phone or your laptop? Hit the channels button and hit the subscribe button at all my channels. As you know, we about to go in the month of April. Pretty soon, the Sinful to P channel will be back up and running. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we got great things coming up, man, in that month of April. Hope you guys live as long as you want, never want as long as you live. I love you. Thank you for staying up with me. Make sure you share this to every renegade. Make sure to share this with every bitch that thinks she want to be a pimp, paying a bitch, all type of shit. I said damn near everything within this video within pretty much 120 minutes time. I love you guys. Love you.